We are, a place of contemplative and meditative practices, and we don't really like reporters to come into the ashram.
I've been steadily following this case, the case of Taylor Casey. Taylor Casey is a missing 41-year-old out of Chicago. Now, I just saw this alert today. Today is July 1st, 2024, and the Chicago police have sent out an alert about this missing adult. Now, Taylor Casey, as I understand it, is transgender. I haven't gotten a lot of information about her gender status, and Chicago police list her as a female, and I don't want to misgender anyone. I noticed Brian Enton spoke with Taylor's mother, and I believe a friend on the beach. He did a great job. Taylor was referred to as she or her, so I'm assuming that's her pronouns. I don't want to ever misgender anyone. The police sent out an alert just today, July 1st, 2024, about Taylor missing. Maybe it's because she was missing all the way in the Bahamas. There's this Sivananda Ashram yoga retreat in the Bahamas. They're getting a lot of backlash, and I can see why. On June 26th, this is a good 7 days after Taylor went missing, a retreat employee told a reporter, Joshua Williams, he's with Our News Bahamas. The reporter was told, "We don't really like reporters to come into the ashram." Now, of course, it's a place of quiet meditation, but the reporters are being treated as if they are bothersome. So Joshua Williams made his way over just really quickly by boat. It's a really short ride from the port in Nassau, apparently. Anyone who's been to Atlantis, Paradise Island, I've been there in 1996, you know that huge pink salmon kind of colored hotel. The ashram is just near there, and Brian Enton with News Nation has done a great job about giving us the layout of the land and how to access this ashram. Well, Brian didn't seem to be met with a lot of enthusiasm either. He's one of the only reporters, along with these Bahamian reporters who are boots on the ground, trying to figure out what happened to Taylor. I believe she was last seen on June 19th. So the Chicago police alert says, "This bulletin is confidential unless designated otherwise within the bulletin. Taylor Casey, 41, a female, 5 feet 11 inches tall, about 165 pounds, with brown eyes, brown hair, a medium complexion, a black woman, black female. She was born July 11th, 1982. The last contact was June 19th, 2024. This ashram yoga retreat in the Bahamas is getting a lot of backlash if you check out their social media. Now, Taylor's mom said that someone at the ashram called her, I believe it was June 20th, when Taylor didn't show up for classes or all these different activities. It's apparently a month-long retreat. Taylor has been into yoga for about 15 years or so. She wanted to get more designations. She wanted to be able to teach. Her mom talked about Taylor wanted to come back to Chicago, bringing all she learned in the Bahamas at this retreat, this place that's supposed to be about community and love and learning and caring and all that. Take it all back to Chicago, take it home, and teach others. Well, now, this yoga retreat place is coming under fire. Her family has more questions than answers. Taylor's mom said the call was disturbing because they were calling her to ask, "Have you seen Taylor?" And Taylor's mom is saying, "What do you mean? Why are you calling me to ask me where my child is when she was down there?" What really got the backlash also is a June 21st, 2024 Instagram post. It appeared on the page of the Ashram Yoga Retreat in the Bahamas, but it wasn't a photo of 41-year-old missing Taylor. Now, at this point, Taylor would have been missing approximately 2 days. maybe 48 hours. You know how critical and crucial those first 2 days are. Now, of course, the ashram may have thought, oh, maybe she wandered off. We don't know how she got off the island, if she got off the island, but certain troubling things started happening. According to Taylor's family, and reporter Brian Enton has confirmed, her phone was found apparently somewhere there in the water. How did it get in the water? We don't know. But this post on Instagram on June 21st, this would have been the second day or so after Taylor went missing. It says, what an incredible International Yoga Day at Sivananda Ashram, Bahamas. And it has little stars. Imagine this with a missing person who is supposed to be there with everyone. We celebrate it with inspiring sessions, deep connections, and serene moments of mindfulness. Thank you to everyone who joined us in this beautiful journey. To keep the spirit alive, we're excited to offer an additional $200 off any yoga teacher training or advanced yoga teacher training in 2025. They gave the promo code. They were talking about embracing the path of yoga, transform your practice, namaste. I never say namaste at the end of the yoga classes. The God in me recognizes the God in you, all right, and this is the only true and living God. I always say Jesus Christ is King instead of namaste. So my dad was the one who got me into yoga. He turned me on to hatha yoga. But this yoga place, no, they didn't post anything about Taylor until June 25th. At 8:06 p.m. Maybe because they were bowing to pressure of why don't we have any posters of Taylor around. You know, Brian Enton made his way there pretty early on, and once he was there in the Bahamas that first weekend, I was so grateful to see he had flown there. Well, he spoke about not seeing any posters of Taylor's face. You know, you'd want to grab the people who are at the ashram, make them aware before they leave town. Look, this woman who was in the yoga teacher training with you guys, she's now missing. If they had placed her photos up immediately, and oh well, if Taylor had just wandered off and came back the next day, it would have been just like, oopsie, oh well, she went off and we didn't know about it. Now she's back. Take these posters down, we were being silly. But at least it would have shown a level of caring. No posters of Taylor were up apparently anywhere. When Brian Enton was there, he was speaking with someone. She told him, you can go back there, basically in the ashram. Brian walked down like a little, kind of like an outdoor hallway or whatever you call it. And I don't know if he was speaking with someone employed at the retreat. But she was pretty far off and she was kind of like, well, we don't know anything. Now granted, the yoga retreat might not know anything about Taylor's disappearance, of course, but I feel like they're staying way too far away, hands off. We don't really like reporters in the ashram because we're too busy meditating. No, that's not practicing what you preach. So this message finally posted on June 25th, 8:06 p.m. by the Sivananda Ashram Yoga Retreat Program on Facebook. It says, a participant from our yoga certification program, Taylor Casey, is missing. On June 20th, we requested the police investigate and informed the U.S. Embassy and Miss Casey's family. Miss Casey's disappearance was discovered on June 20th when she did not attend morning classes, so that's pretty worrisome. She didn't attend anything in the morning, so she likely went missing at some point late in the evening because it says she was last seen at the retreat late on the evening of June 19th. So how late in the evening was she spotted? We don't exactly have a time. We just know June 19th, late in the evening. So what happened? Where could she go to? She couldn't leave the island without a boat. So how did her phone end up in the water? We urge anyone with information on Miss Casey's whereabouts to contact the local police immediately. The ashram is working with authorities in their investigation. Your assistance is greatly appreciated. Well, they've gotten a lot of backlash. First of all, by posting that Instagram video, almost like a celebration in the face of having a participant missing. You'll see a lot of crazy comments across their social media, but just a sampling is, what did they do with her? Some people are perhaps incorrectly blaming the retreat for her disappearance. Now, we don't know what happened to Taylor. We don't know if she wandered off of her own volition. We don't know if she harmed herself. We don't know if someone came in the retreat and abducted her. We don't know if she got lost or disoriented. It could be anything. People are saying, y'all go find that woman. She came with y'all, and while y'all just posting on your page today, and she went missing from the 19th of June. A lot of people are just having a problem with this video of people on the beach, and they're posting about an incredible International Yoga Day at the Sivananda Ashram in the Bahamas, celebrating inspiring sessions, deep connections, embrace the path, and this was 2 days after Taylor went missing. If anything, people thought it was distasteful. You can use your platform. Of course, business goes on. The world won't stop because Taylor Casey is missing. I understand that. But people found it very distasteful of this yoga retreat. And it's one that's been, pumped up by Gwyneth Paltrow, her Goop lifestyle magazine, gave it props. So we don't know how Taylor found out about this yoga retreat, but for Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop to explain on her goop.com page, check all my sources below, to say why we love it. As far as ashrams go, Sivananda's approach to yoga is traditional as it comes. What separates it from the pack, though, is its otherworldly Paradise Island location. Flanked by dense tropical gardens and white sand beaches, the retreat makes next-level nirvana seem totally achievable. But don't be fooled by the idyllic settings. The yogic life is fully immersive here. A 5:30 a.m. wake-up call marks the beginning of a jam-packed day, consisting of 2 mandatory meditations, 2 yoga classes, lectures, chanting, and nature walks. Accommodations are humble yet comfortable and range from shared beach huts and dormitories to private tents and garden rooms. Now, which one did Taylor have? Did she share a beach hut with someone and that's the last person who saw her? Or was she in some private tent or a garden room? At mealtime, the fare is vegetarian and prepared fresh on site. Be sure to check the schedule as they host really interesting retreats. So if this is featured on Goop, Gwyneth Paltrow's site is pumping it up, plenty of people would see this and maybe if they were into yoga thought, oh, this is a great place to go. And for someone to go missing on their premises perhaps or off their premises, we don't know where she literally went missing from. She was last seen apparently. It seems as if she was last seen on the yoga retreat premises. We don't actually know really where she was last seen. We only know she was last seen at the retreat late on the evening of June 19th. By that 5:30 a.m. wake-up call, Taylor was gone. Where could she have gone? They could have posted something else instead of on June 21st, that Instagram post pumping up the ashram yoga retreat, talking about what an incredible international yoga day it was. They could have perhaps at first posted Taylor's picture or video or something to draw attention to it. Now, when Brian Enton got there, some people didn't even know that someone was missing. Thankfully, now that the news has gotten out, it's July 1st already, and she's been missing since June 19th. Now that the news has gotten out about Taylor being missing, Brian Enton spoke with a couple of people at the retreat who said they were leaving, and I don't blame them. And this is not to necessarily dog out the retreat, but I don't blame them, the other participants, by seeing how Taylor's disappearance is treated. What if you were a woman interested in yoga, you flew off to this retreat, you went missing, and it was kind of the vibe of keep it hush hush because already we don't know about the Bahamas and that level 2 danger alert, what's gonna happen there? We want to keep our business going. We don't want any bad publicity. But I tell you what, I think if this yoga retreat would have initially from the onset just published Taylor's picture and said, fine, it's fine for reporters to come in. Come on in, don't be disruptive. Don't, do a Geraldo Rivera or Donahue falling all over people. But here, this is the only thing we've told police is, this is where Taylor stayed, for example, and she was last seen June 19th at night. We have no idea what happened to her. Look, we've posted her picture up. We've let people know. And that would have been so much better. That would have been more of a practice what you preach 1,000 times over compared to, we don't really want reporters, in the ashram. Basically, it almost sounds like we've got more important things to do than bring international attention to this missing woman because we don't want it to sully our business. We don't want it to sully our business image. Unfortunately, their reaction is what is drawing a lot of criticism. On Instagram, people are asking, wait, this post was made after it was known she was missing? Yes. Very strange and disappointing to have these celebrations and post just after someone went missing there. To make a post celebrating and advertising while there is a missing person from your retreat is insane behavior, said another person. I was thinking of a peaceful yoga retreat to your facility. However, there is no peace at your facility until this young woman is found, wrote another. Find Taylor Casey, they're posting there. So, among the compliments, there is controversy. People don't like the way it's handled. You can still post all the other stuff, Just make sure prior to posting all these promotions to post something about the missing person. Per their own Facebook page since 1968, Sivananda Ashram Yoga Retreat Bahamas has been a leading destination for people seeking a spiritual environment to study and practice yoga and develop a healthy lifestyle. The Sivananda Ashram Yoga Retreat provides an immersion experience into the daily practices of a yogic lifestyle, a spiritual sanctuary nestled in the beautiful Bahamas. We offer yoga teachings derived from the deeply rooted traditions of a renowned yoga lineage. The purpose of these spiritual practices is to help people of all cultures and backgrounds develop inner peace for a more harmonious world. Well, anything could have happened to Taylor, unfortunately. She could have been the victim of foul play. I don't know if it was because of a hate crime because of her transgender status. That's one of my speculations that comes to mind, unfortunately. Maybe it was self-harm. Maybe it was truly foul play. Who knows? Maybe it was accidental, but I'm grateful her story is getting out there. It's really interesting that on their page they say, established by this certain Swami, Vishnuvananda is the name of the Master Swami Sivananda, our Paradise Island Yoga Retreat, quote, is a safe and supportive environment for learning and healing. Well, that's the problem here. We don't know if it's safe, and we don't know if it's supportive. If someone takes the time to spend their money, buy a flight, go down there, try and get their yoga teacher training, and then they end up missing, and then the retreat sort of keeps reporters away, doesn't want them in the ashram, doesn't put up missing persons posters, and doesn't necessarily want the news out there as much as it could be because they're afraid it would hurt business. That's not very safe and supportive in my opinion. And again, of course, the retreat may have had nothing to do with her disappearance, but we won't know. I hope with the Bahamian authorities taking over, they're looking at this. We don't know if the FBI is involved, even though the rumors were out there. Taylor's mom says she hasn't spoken with anybody. They heard those rumors too, but I hope they are involved. I hope they can find Taylor, find something about what happened to her, get her more attention. Almost brings to mind the Natalie Holloway case in Aruba, and she was younger, of course, but just how much international attention that case got because, wow, missing on an island, a tropical island. It's just horrible to think of all the things that could have gone wrong. Let's close with Acts 4:12. With that, Peter, full of the Holy Spirit, let loose. Rulers and leaders of the people, if we have been brought to trial today for helping a sick man put under investigation regarding this healing, I'll be completely frank with you. We have nothing to hide. By the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, the one you killed on a cross, the one God raised from the dead, by means of his name, this man stands before you healthy and whole. Jesus is the stone you masons threw out, which is now the cornerstone. Salvation comes no other way. No other name has been or will be given to us by which we can be saved.
Jehovah, he is holding me up, really holding me up.
Yeah.
Really holding me up about this. God is my strength and my comfort. And these wonderful people, Taylor's friends, Taylor has a wonderful group of friends. Everybody will want to have these friends. Yeah, and they're Taylor's friends like that because that's how Taylor is to them. A loving, caring friend. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Sorry to make you do this. Thank you so much.
That's okay.
Yeah, thank you.
That's okay. It needs to be done.
Yeah.